Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and I hope that you can hear me because I've got the lurk. Yeah. So thank you very much to the staff here who passed on. Never to be said that you can't be sharing. So I am here, and I have got some lusciousness to show you. So I had to come and see you because I've got the new hand-picked florals stamps and dies now. Before I go from Julie Hickey's designs, I've realized that I haven't put them in the YouTube live section of the website. They are in the Julie Hickey section of the website. So if you are needing to treat yourself with something from there, that is where you need to go. I thought I must just tell you that before you all sort of go mad as to where they are. Now, unfortunately, they launched yesterday morning at 9 o'clock. And I did have them actually on my website then, but unfortunately, these two, which go together, the hand-picked florals, so it's a matching stamp and die set, A5 size, huge ones, is sold out already. Now they are on reorder from Julie, or Julie's reordered them, I should say, and so I will be getting some more in, but they probably won't be for about another month. The Chinese people who make virtually all dies and things like that these days are on their annual holidays, which is a whole month. And as I said to Julie, we can't cope with the shops being shut for one day, can we? And they are shut for virtually a whole month. And so we won't be able to get them till then. But I will show you what I've done with these because I've had great fun. So that is not available at the moment, but the hand-picked florals A5 stamp set and matching die set. So I know some of you have already got it and it's all on its way. But we will do that at another time because it is rather lovely. So that's that one. So I suppose I'd better show you what I've done with that one. Hold on a second. Let's find somewhere for that to sit properly. I'll put this to one side and I'll show you what I did do with that one because I rather liked it. Now, what I've done is I've just taken some coordinating papers. I've done no colouring on this whatsoever. And if that's better, you can see it a bit more in its entirety then. So I've used silver embossing powder and bits and pieces for it. But basically, it's an old paper pad that went together, which had sort of like a lavender and then an aqua colour in it, which I thought looked really lovely, then with the silver. And I've just popped some glittery bits in there and just put it onto a wreath, which I picked up for £1 at the pound shop, and put some bows on it. So hopefully, well, not hopefully, they will be back in stock in time for sort of springtime things. And so we'll probably do something like that. But I think it's very, very lovely. You can see, she says, what can I show you in comparison? Here we are. We all know roughly what size that is. I think it's three inches, isn't it? But you can see then how big those flowers are. So they are very lovely. And I think that is a 10-inch round circle. So that's the stamp and die set, which, as I said, you can't get. So that doesn't seem to make much sense to show you, but I did enjoy doing that yesterday. So that is that one. Now, I've made a couple of samples with this one, which is the hand-picked blossoms and blooms. Again, this is an A5 stamp set, so it is huge. And I love working with things like that. It really is lovely. Got a lovely lot of sentiments on there as well, which works well. Now, I've done 2 samples for that. One, which I haven't quite finished, so I'm going to do that with you. But that takes 2 seconds because then I'm going to use the other bouquet one. So this one, as I said, is hand-picked blossoms and blooms, A5 in size. And I first of all married it up with the square 5 frame because I thought that just worked really well. I was at the weekend, did this one a couple of days ago in my green phase. I'm not in my green phase anymore, just to let you know. this is in the green phase. So all I've done, I haven't coloured it, as you can see. I've simply stamped it out. I've used the embossing powder, if you can see the shine on here, and just done it as a sort of eclipse card-ish, but wanted the happy birthday, which is part of that as well. Happy birthday and just for you. Put those two bits in together there. And I thought that really looked really nice. This is actually on an 8x8 card blank, so it is gives you an idea of what size it could be. But all of these could be cut out and everything. So that one is kind of like very simplistic and, you know, subtle. The next one isn't. Okay, so the next one I saw as a sample from Julie Hickey's design teams, and I thought, oh, I've got to have a go at that. And so we go from the sublime to almost the ridiculous, because it's so different, not for any other reason. So I'm going to pop this together. I've got myself a 7x7 card blank. Okay, then I've got myself, which I'm going to stick on. So that's 18 by 18, I think, and this one is 16.5 by 16.5. This black piece. I'm going to go with my little thing. I'm still liking it. I haven't used it for a day, so hopefully it'll still be squeezable. Oh yeah, look at that. Still liking it. I think we all agreed we still don't like the price, but I do still like the ease of using it. So I'm going to put that on first, just leaving a bit of a border all the way around. Then I'm bringing it backwards here to show you. I'm then going with glitter. Messy glitter. That's when I was colouring it in, actually. I didn't realise I got that on the back of it. I didn't realise I was going to use gold, but do you know what? I thought it just went. And that's going to go on as my second layer. And then I took a piece of white card. Now, the white card did look white, but I've coloured it. So you can see this is the back of it, okay? And then what I did was I stamped it twice. So you can see that it was white card. I've stamped it twice, and I think I'm going to go around that way. And then I've used really vibrant colours. So as I said, we go from sublime to ridiculous, but it was out of my comfort zone. But do you know what? I really enjoy doing it. So I simply picked the brightest colours that I could think of. So I had bright orange, bright green, bright yellow, and bright red. And I just coloured them in. And then everywhere that wasn't a flower, I coloured it in black. That's how you get those different ways of looking at it, because you can't really colour all of these. You can't stamp this onto black card and then colour the black card with such vibrant colours as this. Of course, you could colour it with various different things, particularly the interference ones where they've got a colour within them. But I just really liked that. It was great fun colouring it. And then because it was quite an easy... Oh, see. Oh, I thought we had a malfunction then. Because it was quite an easy background to just do the black, that is what we did. Just did the black, coloured in the background black. Really quite different. But that, again, so that's a 7x7 card. Just very basic, but just... I mean, obviously, it really needs a sentiment of some sort, but it would enough brighten your day, wouldn't it? So, yeah, very, very different. So, again, we go from sublime to ridiculous and back to sublime again, I think now. I will bring in all of the bits and pieces to show you later, but I'm now going to go in with this one. Now, this is the smallest one. This is called Julie's Hand-Picked Bouquet. It's an A6 stamp set, so it is the smallest one. Was this with Copics? Oh yeah, sorry, June. Yes, I coloured it all in Copics because they're the brightest colours that I've got. As I said, I can tell you even the colours if you want to know, June. We have got cadmium orange, so bright orange for that. We had golden yellow for anything that's yellow, and a mixture of the two. We had strong red, and we had light rouge, and then finally my green was this one, and that was yellow green. So that was all the colours, but you can see I wouldn't normally have chosen to work with any of those colours, but contrast it to the black. Yeah, lovely. So, okay. So our lovely bouquet, A6 size, the smallest size. I'm going to use a 5x7 card, but you could, and I will show you in a second, that go even smaller if you wish. But this is a 5x7 card. Now, to start off with, I've taken a piece of Concord and Ninth card. So you recall me saying about that at the weekend. And the colour is Briar Rose. So that's going to be my first layer. So this is 12x17 centimetres, and it's Briar Rose in Concord and Ninth. But again, the main thing is that it's just the colour that goes with all the other things rather than anything momentous as such, if you could call it such a thing. So I'm going to pop that on there. Oh, seeing my nails on there, new nails today. Sort of Valentine-ish. There you go. Thought you'd like to see that as well. Then I've got a piece which is 11.5 by 16.5, and that is just in the hammered white. As you know, I like to do the hammered white. Pop a bit of glue onto there. That goes in there like that, leaving a little border all the way round. Then I grabbed an old, well, not that old, I haven't trimmed it down yet, an old piece of paper from the Roseland, Stamperia Roseland stamps, a paper pad, which unfortunately is no longer available. It might come back in again, but it isn't at the moment. And I think I'd like to put that there, but I'd also like to put it with a very thin little border like that, I reckon. So I'm going to just trim that down. So at the moment that measures 5 centimeters, this piece. I haven't done the length of it just at the minute, but 5 centimeters. So if I cut this one to 5.5 and then just trim it down as we go, I think we should be about right. So I'm just preparing the back of the card really for this. So I'm going to put it so that it's right up to the edge. So I'll stick that down first and then I can just trim it as we go. So let's just trim that. And as I said, that's going right up to the top edge there. So I haven't got a border at the top bit here. I know I have at the bottom, but I'm going to be trimming that down at the moment, in a minute, I mean. Bring back in my card, and that is going to go on there. Oh, I did have a pencil, but I dropped it. Actually, I can do that on the other side, and then it doesn't matter about chopping that off in the wrong place. So that's going to go on my side there. Okay, so edge to edge, top and bottom, but on the sides. Now it has got writing, so always check if you've got something with writing on that you want to make sure that that actually is going to read, even if it doesn't make any sense, but the writing is the right way round. And then I'm just going to put that with a bit of a, I'm leaving a bit of a gap, probably about 1 centimetre, roughly, something like that from that side. So that's my card base. Now I'm going to grab myself the stamp set and a piece of plain paper. When I say plain, it's super smooth paper, card I should say, so that it's nice and because I want to do a little bit of colouring on it, and I always think that that looks better with the super smooth. I'm going to cut my bouquet out so it doesn't matter where it goes, so I'm just going to put it there. And then I'm also at the same time going to grab, couldn't see it for looking then, my daisy stamp set and die set. Now, if you're a member of the Facebook group, you will see that I've popped a little message on there to say that these 2 dies, which I did a card for back in November, I think, or December, were out of stock from Julie Hickey Designs, and she has kindly said that she's going to order some more, which is brilliant news. I need to know by sort of like in the next hour if you have not put your name down, if you would like this set. So it's the die set and the stamp set. Some people have already got the stamp set, so only need the dies. Just let me know if that's the case, but it just works so very, very well. So what I wanted to do whilst I'm stamping here is stamp this as well. So I'm going to stamp my little tag of that. And I'll pick those up. And then I'm going to do that embossing technique because I want to use the same colour ink as I've got for the card and everything, because I think it looks nice together. So first of all, I'm going to ink it with my Concord and Ninth Briar Rose, the colour that matches the card. And I'm just going to pop that all over here. And then we will use the embossing, clear embossing powder and everything like we did at the weekend if you were with us, and if you weren't, it's always on catch up, so you can always pop over there. So let's just see how this looks. So this is the bouquet, so it's a lovely, like obviously a bouquet of flowers. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Really, really lovely. So I'm going to pop that to one side, grab hold of my clear embossing powder, and then just pop that onto there so that we've got a base that I can use then my Copics to do it with. I think that is going to be, I've done it very quickly and we don't have to use the wow embossing powder or the clear instead, because it's taken, so we can do it like that. And grab my gun. We'll need that ink again in a second, so I'm just heating up the gun so that we can just colour that in. Oh, Sam's not very well. Oh dear. I hope you have a nice time away, Sam. Change will do you good, hopefully. On the other side as well, so I don't want to burn it. I'm just going over with the embossing with the heat gun there just to melt that powder in. And there's my little tag. Can't see whether it's going or not. I can there. There we go. Now, just going to roughly cut my little tag out, because obviously if you have got the die set there, it cuts out not only the daisies but also the little tag. So I'm just going to bring that in, pop that over the top, and just run that through my die cutting machine so that we've got that all ready to go. And then we just do a little simple bit of colouring with our folder there. And the colours that I'm going to use for that is going to be rose pink and rose mist. So 2 different colours of the pink. And then greyish yellow for the greenery. Let me just grab hold of this. So I've got my little tag there, and I'm going to put a sentiment on in a second. So let's just colour this in. Now, obviously, with the flowers, because they are all really, they're different flowers, you could go to town with this and do one of the black one and go into really loads of different colours. But I'm just going to do it so that wherever the flowers are, they're going to be either the rose mist or the rose pink. And wherever it's green, I'm just going to go over and do the other. So I'm just going to try and make sure that the flowers that are next to each other are a slightly different shade of pink. That's all. Nothing more mind-boggling than that. While I'm just colouring these in, we'll remind you that come this weekend, Sunday, we'll be launching our kit for February. All the subscribers have got until midnight tonight. I think they're nearly all done, to be honest, to say yay or nay to the kit, which is a bargain of the century, or of the year at least. So they will be on their way to the subscribing people very, very quickly. Just trying to think, is that a flower? Yeah, I think it is. It is now anyway. And I will be showing you the kits and sharing with you some different samples of it on Sunday at 6 o'clock. So hopefully you can join me then, but it will be on catch up as well, of course, always there for the kits. So the kits, as always, are on limited stock. Do you know what? I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I don't want to put green in it. I don't want to put green in it. I'm not going to put green in it. Scrub that then, June. Didn't use the green because I just think, I know that they should be leaves and leaves aren't pink, but I just think it's going to look better if I do it like that. Is that okay? Do you mind? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I just think it looks better to do it all in one colour, or 2 shades of, not 50 shades, just the 2. I should bring this in a bit closer, shouldn't I? So that you can see it a little bit more. Just colour those bits in there. Making it up as I go along. A little bit in the centre of that one. I'm not quite sure about these bits. I think that they're more like dandelion heads there. So let's just do a little bit of shading, which again is the beauty to me of using the alcohol markers. Obviously you can't look at the back of it because, as you'll see, it's starting to come through, which is right. That's how it should be. So don't worry if you're using yours and notice that it's coming through, but generally you would be sticking this onto something anyway, so you wouldn't necessarily notice. I will stop in a minute. I'm just enjoying it now. I think that looks really pretty. And if you look at the colours, do you see what I mean? If I put green in it, I think it just wouldn't look right. So hence I haven't. So I just used the two colours, two different shades of so if you look at the colours of the Copics, they are R81 and R83, so they are just very, very similar. I think they're even just the next ones next to each other. Don't think there's an 82. Don't know, might be. So I am then going to fussy cut this out. Now this is just my design, so you don't have to fussy cut it. You could stamp absolutely straight, oops, onto your card and all sorts of things like that. That's just the way that I wanted to do this. I just thought that to have a bouquet already done, so to speak, is just perfect. So small pairs of scissors, whichever you prefer, but I will use my small pairs of scissors for this. And as you can see, moving the card so that it's the card that's moving as opposed to the scissors, because I find that that works better for me. So I'm just moving the card around as we go. Can you believe that it's February already tomorrow? 11 months time and it will be New Year's Eve. Full of bright little things like that. But no, let's get this year done with first. We've got lots of good things coming this year. Exciting things. Oh yeah. Oh, just thinking about that. Gosh, yeah, very exciting things. So I am fussy cutting, but I'm not being overly fussy. You may want to be, but I'm just leaving it with a little white border all the way round. And then just going in. Now, if you weren't quick with your ink, and I've used the dye-based ink there again, but you could use your Wow embossing, or clear embossing, I should say, if that's what you were wanting to do. But I've just gone for, I could get away with it this time. So I'm just going to trim up the bottom of this just roughly, just to give it a little bit. Get rid of these bits. So hopefully you can see now how pretty that looks. And just by keeping it all pink or all one colour, I think that that works nicely. Now, just going to grab my stamping platform again and take out these stamps. And then find myself, oh, that one fits nicely, birthday wishes. Let's go for that. Can I be really silly? Probably. Wouldn't normally pop that up there, but just want to keep it right in the corner so that if I do need to go back to it, I've got a bit more of a simplistic way of placement. This might not work. It might do though. And so I'm just going to go back in with my dye-based ink, the Briar Rose, the same one that I used to do the other bit there. And I'm just, tell you what, I'm going to do a scrap of paper first. just make sure. Lovely, lovely. And then, oh, just thinking if I got it round the right way, but I have. All is well. All is well. Look at that. Look at that. Birthday wishes. So I've embossed the outside bit, but not obviously the inside bit. I don't think I need to. So I'm just going to be a bit careful that I don't overdo that. So let me just take that back and put that back with all the other bits. Otherwise, you know what it'll be like. I'll have forgotten and then don't know what I've done with it. And so I'm going to bring in my card back here. And I'm going to pop a bit of foam on it, but I'm going to put that at one little angle there. And then I'm just going to carefully tuck that in so that we've got a bit of birthday wishes there. That's all. It's really simple, but I'll bring in my other card samples in a minute. And get hold of the foam and just show you that it can look so different, can't it, depending on how much you do. If you want to use a bit of paper, if you want to use a bit of the papers that I've used here, if you don't, if you just want to simply use them on their own, or if you want to go slightly mad, well, not mad, but slightly different and use it like I did with the black background, which I rather love. Very different, but so we'll pop that about there. And I'm hoping that's now dried. I just wanted to give that a little bit of a you know what. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue there and a little bit there. It's only because it seems funny where I've put the glue, but I wanted it to only be on the places where it's actually going to touch, and that is tuck down into there and then onto there. I wanted to try and keep that so that that is bent. Yeah, just going to need to hold on to that for a second. So some really different ways. Oh, I forgot to show you the other one. I'll show you that in a second. Hold on. Hopefully that will stay. Really very pretty. Lovely. She says, because I did it, so I can say it's lovely, can't I? So we go as we said. Didn't warn you about that one, didn't I? So you've got that one, which is all the pretty. You've got this one, which is the wow. You've got this one, which is also wow, but much more subtle and incorporating a bit of eclipse with our small frames, which are due back in again at the end of this week, couple more days. And then of course we had, which as I said, sneak peek, but it's a little, I hate doing a sneak peek when I can't offer it to you, but sneak peek of this, which we will show you another time because it is rather yummy. And now this one seems a very odd one that I'm going to say about, but this one is a small card. It's only a 4x6 card, and if you saw some of the card samples that we did at the weekend at the workshop, you will have noticed perhaps that we were using this card because it's got like a little deckled edge, little torn edge. And why I say it's a bit funny is that I started this and then I thought, no, I'm not going to. But my dad comes from Germany, and sympathy cards in Germany always have a very, very thin black line all the way around, including the envelopes that they send them in. Just that's how it's done. And I just thought that, you know, that would be a beautiful sympathy card if you just put a little black border and maybe just coloured one of the flowers or something like that, or even a thank you done in different colours. But this was the first one that I stamped out and I thought, what does it look like? But you can see that it would equally fit onto a small card, Oh, then you've got the 5x7s, so you can see the difference. And then we go up to the bigger cards. This one's an 8x8, this one's a 7x7, and of course the wreath as well. So there you go. That is available, very limited, over on the website, but it's under the Julie Hickey page as opposed to the All Things on YouTube section. So I apologise for that. I forgot to put them over, but they are there. Okay, so I will be back with you on Sunday at 6 o'clock with the February card kit. As I said, it's a real bargain. Can't wait to show you. Little freebie thrown in as well, so you really can't miss out. Do get there early though, because if you haven't already subscribed, and that is finished now for February, you will need to just take potluck as to what's there, because it's a little bit always limited, and I know that I haven't got so many of those, but I'm sure I've got enough to keep you going with. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Take care, and thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.